All right, hello everybody out there. Okay, what we're gonna talk about today is a famous letter written in 1930 and sent to W.E.B. Du Bois. Now, this letter is from the University of Dayton, and the subject matter of the letter was basically the amount of black students attending the university at the time. Now, W.E.B. Du Bois had inquired, right, from the University of Dayton, the number of students, right, of African descent that were attending the college. Now, W.E.B. Du Bois was the editor of the Crisis magazine, so they addressed the letter, Mr. W.E.B. Du Bois, which I'll read to you, and the Crisis. So that was the name of the magazine, and it was clearly in response to his inquiry. So the Crisis magazine was an American quarterly magazine. It was published by the NAACP, which of course was founded by Du Bois in 1910. And so for its first 24 years, W.E.B. Du Bois was its sole editor. And so basically what the Crisis did was bring to light some issues, of black people that were being swept under the table at the time. Racism and lynchings and things of that nature. And basically to show the dangers of race prejudice, as manifested toward people of color. So at that time, you had a lot of lynchings, hangings, and such, right? And these things weren't being reported fairly, in the newspapers, especially the white newspapers at the time, right? If there was, a black person was arrested for something, they were automatically guilty. And I encourage some of you to look on my channel. I do a lot of readings on the channel. Look up lynch law, okay? And that'll give you an idea of the type of journalism that was going on in that day, right? So if it was like, for instance, a black male, having sex with a white woman, it was automatically the black, the story would be in the press. The black man raped the white woman or something like that. It was never consensual or anything of that nature. So you had these black publications rising up at the time to give, a more balanced perspective, or at least perspective from the side of black people. So the Crisis was one of those magazines. Another magazine was Opportunity. There were many. You had writers like Langston Hughes, County Cullen, etc., that would be contributed. So this is like the background of this correspondence from Dayton College back to W.E.B. Du Bois. So I just want to read the letter. It's really short, so that you can get a feel, and I'll also, of course, show you the letter. So it's University Dayton, Ohio, dated June 13th, 1930. It says, Mr. W.E.B. Du Bois, or as some of you would say, Dubois, the Crisis, 69 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York. Shout out to the New Yorkers out there. It says, Dear Sir, in reply to your letter of May 20th, I beg to state as follows. 1. There is, on May 20th of that year, of course, one student of Negro descent at the University of Dayton. 2. Mrs. Jessie V. Hathcock, 407 W 5th Street, Dayton, Ohio, was awarded the degree of Bachelor of Science in Education at the commencement of the University of Dayton on June 9th. She made some of her studies elsewhere and completed them in the evening courses of this school. She is the student alluded to in number 1. 3. The record made by Mrs. Jessie V. Hathcock is very satisfactory. And 4, and this is the most important part to me, We do not admit Negroes into our day classes because of the considerable manner of students we have from the southern states. However, they are admitted into the lower classes and the evening college classes, which are almost wholly composed of Dayton people. And then it says, very truly yours, from the secretary. So that is a interesting snapshot on the society at that time. So you can see that, okay, this college, they admitted blacks, but it was one of those things where they were like, we have to acquiesce to the sentiments of the South, right? And so you didn't have blacks allowed to attend in the daytime because of the large numbers of Southern people. And then at the same time, you see W.E.B. Du Bois obviously inquiring, and this wasn't the only school, but he was, trying to find out like how many blacks are going to college and attending these higher level schools, because Du Bois was big on education, big on education as a ticket toward upward mobility, of course, along with civil rights, because everything goes hand in hand. If you're barred from education, so if you don't have the actual right to go to college, then you can't be, go to school. You can't be educated. So everything is tied together. So here he is inquiring, like, how many blacks are at your school, and so the response is quite interesting. So I would love to hear your thoughts on these things, and also your thoughts on educational system, today, and how you feel like, blacks view education, as a whole. Like, if you're in college, let me know like what college you're in, or like what's your major, or how do you view the education, as it affects you today, and where you're at in your studies. Are you studying online? Do you feel that a lot of improvement has been made since those days, as far as educational prospects? I tend to look at it in different ways. I think a lot of young black people don't always appreciate the efforts that were made in the past, and they don't take education as seriously as they probably should. But I don't have any statistical data to back that up. These are just like layman observations, which could be just totally wrong. So just reaching out to the people en masse to see what they think, and their general observations on that, and also the importance of education in the community in general. So again, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm gonna start making more videos where I'm actually like interacting and talking to the people, as opposed to just reading books. Again, I have many books on the channel, which I think are very good to read, especially if you really don't know anything about black history or black studies. It's good to start somewhere. There's a lot of foundational books on there, and so check those out, and let me know what you think of this video. Hit the like button, subscribe, and definitely throw out some topics that you would like me to discuss or elaborate on, and maybe do a little research on. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that, and y'all see you on the next video.